In this video, I'm going to teach you how to transform your Sims gardens into a multi-tiered leveling system. You can use a range of custom content or debug items or even just base game items to make this look incredible. Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. It's me, Lord Crumps, and I just want to say hello to everyone who has recently joined the Crumpet family. This video is part of the reason why I have been inspired to create like a tutorial series on the channel here. Last week I did upload a video of tips and tricks within the Sims 4 build mode. So this week I thought I would show you how I thought I'd actually do the leveling system within the gardens. Both palaces that you saw in the beginning of the video are created for Myra Ray, and if you happen to want to check her out, she has this Royal Series Let's Plays on her channel, so please do check her out. The building that I created for this tiered level system in front that you see in the thumbnail will be on the gallery, so if you want to check it out then please do check it out. Bearing in mind there is no rooms or windows on the back and left hand side that face the walls you don't see. That being said, let's jump in to the video today. If you want to use the same build I was using earlier, then you will find it on the gallery under the name Lord Crumbs. Please bear in mind that this was just a basic facade of a house. There is no rooms or interior layout, and there's no windows on the back edges of the room. So you want to start off by doing the retaining walls. It's a good idea to know where you want these, as once you place the stairs, it's going to be really difficult to move them without changing all the stairs again, and it can be very, very tedious. On this one I'm going to have 3 tiers. I'm going to show you what it's like with a single tile, which is what I prefer to use mine as, and some with 2 tiles, just so you can see the differences. I try and make my tiers staggered at the same intervals, as to me this is more visually appealing to the actual build itself. You're going to work out, depending on how many tiers you have, how high you want your buildings and how tall you want your stairs. I only want my steps to be 4. Each tier I want it only to be 4 steps. So the first tier here is going up by 4 ticks, the second one is going to be up by 8 ticks, and the 12th one is going to be up by 12 ticks. The house, I actually want it to sit 1 tick above this 3rd tier, so I'm actually going to make it 13 ticks, because it gives that little bit of frame round, well, it gives that little bit of edging round the bottom of the house, which I like the look of. It's not going straight into the ground. Next you want to work out all your stair placements, so best sort of practice is looking at your front entrance and where the front of your lot is or the back of your lot is. So I will have a straight staircase path and pathway going down from all of that, and I'm going to do it 4 tiles wide. So grab a fence tool, hold down shift, create a room with it, and you can easily remove the room and the fences to go with it. Doing the fences now, if you just want to do walkways, don't do the interior walls, so just do the outside ones. I use a Discover University's fence because it's absolutely beautiful, and as like I say, I do this on the outsides on all the tiers, depending on if you like the look of it or not, but the way how I decorate mine I do as well. Using the low level fence, I then mark out my flower beds. Again, if you are doing just walkways and no plants in these sections, then I would recommend not using the fences at all. Next I want to start by painting my dirt flower beds, or you can use grass, completely up to you. I just don't like how the grass doesn't change colour in the seasons, or well, and it doesn't match the lot either, so I tend to use 1 tile wide with the dirt. But as I say, I am just showing you what it could look like make them thicker. Next you want to find out the foundation texture, so you just want to go around making sure that they're all there in unison. I usually use a stone one, but for this build I thought I'd change it up a little bit, and I use a stone one for the main house. Going into the terrain textures now, you want to just raise up the land just so it's above all the tiers. Or you can change your brush by holding down shift and the mouse wheel, and then with a flattening tool you basically grab it from one of the tiers, and you go around. I always recommend to say start from the top to bottom, because you only have to be neat on one side, whereas if you start from the bottom to the top you're going to have to be neat everywhere. And then you just grab it from the tier level and just go around. And then the main base level, you can round it all off, but I like to make it all nice and flat by grabbing the square flattening terrain tool and just quickly go around the edges. This step you can be particular about it, but the train tools are quite self-explanatory. Keep a steady hand and then you'll be able to do it alright. And then just going around. I press G to turn on or get rid of this yellow grid pattern, so I know that the land is completely and utterly flat from where I'm going. And if it's not, I just quickly go over that area to make sure it is. This is where I notice, actually, I remember I said about the building it was 13 ticks up high and the tiers on 12, so it was actually a little bit, the land was a little bit higher, so I just edited that out and sorted that out. Now, stair placement. This is the tedious part. As you can see just briefly there, when you place a 4 stair wall into a gap, it will automatically pop it up, which annoys me because I don't want that as a floor texture. I just want the stair texture. And these stairs kept wanting to go inside where I want it against that Discover Universe fence like this. So I had to move the second square foundation leftwards and right. And for these stairs here, I'm having to, you only want to place down a single stair at this moment in time. And you don't want to place it next to a foundation because it makes it jump up and you don't want that. So I moved all the foundations towards the side because things like this happen where the stair jumps out and then it gets attached to the windows and columns and it gets rather annoying. So make sure when you're placing all your stairs that you're only placing one stair in the area that you want it to be and everywhere you need. Then you move the foundation back up and back close to the stairs. I'm actually moving this one that way because I like the idea of the stairs going from 2, 3 to 4. And then you want to move up the stairs once all your foundations are all in line, because I'm sure you'll see it in a bit, because I know I need to adjust the foundation. They all pop back up again, which is, when I mentioned earlier, this is the tedious part. Just a bit of last minute adjusting, and again dragging the stairs into the foundation and doing the last minutes of the stairs. This is where you want to start doing your decorating. This is down to your own personal style. For this one, I would have had all these uniform, I would have had them all decorated the same, but for the purposes of this video, I actually ended up making them different. So this is what I normally do: one single tile all around and have hedges there. If I do have 2 things, I could bump them out like this, or if you want walkways, that's absolutely fine. You can have them as walkways. Just don't do the interior fences. Yeah, you can put some hedges and ivy against the wall using the control 9 and 0 to cheat, to make it variation in height. And it is really good fun. If you have a lot larger space to work with, you can do sunken gardens, maze gardens and all that sort of stuff. It's possibilities are endless, and this is why I love a tiered garden system, because not everything is in one level, and it just makes that like elegant estates more refined. Again, there's no reason for why I'm placing what I'm placing. I'm just showing them what sort of things can fit in. You can size down like the messier bushes and roses, and always remember to paint underneath your flowers to make it more realistic. If you wanted to do a massive pathway where you're going through your massive estate, you can do by all means. Make sure that the edges are blended out, and if you wanted to do some paved areas, you can do that as well. You just, grab and paint them to make sure everything's nice and neat on the bottom levels. This is where I block off the gaps if I didn't want stairs against the buildings, and fixing the stairs was annoying me, so I just want to cap it all off. You can size some ivy up again using the control and 9 and 0 key, and this helps you buff it all out. And then again, once you buff it out with plants and a couple of trees and all that sort of stuff, if you size them all down and low level fences and raising hedges up and stuff like that, you can really avoid them. Please don't ask me what I'm doing with this little section here. I'm just literally placing anything. The world is literally your oyster. You can make any design that you want. You can have rose gardens or anything like that. I just want to give you this different differentiation. So in Myra Ray's castle renovations, she had this L-shaped stairs coming down that I renovated for her, and this is how I did it. Basically, you need 4 objects. You need your front porch, which is actually your main building, which is what I'm placing now. You'll have your middle section and your 2 side sections. Your 2 side sections will be 4 ticks high, your middle section will be 8 ticks high, and your main building will be 12 ticks high. Once you have all that, then paint and do the foundation and put the floor tiles in. Grab a fence of choice. Again, once you know where you want your stairs, it's a good idea to have somewhat of an idea. Again, this is not going to be awkward with the stairs. Once you place them, there won't be any jotting up and down. I'm just going to use the same sort of style stairs, and I drag them along the whole way, bring them down to this left hand side, the two sections here. I remove this bit of wall only to show you that you can actually place the wallpapers back once you remove them, or if there's stairs with no walls, you just simply click on the stair to place them. I had some fancy balustrades because we do not have the matching balustrades for the Discover University walls, and then I duplicate, holding shift, I can copy each staircase over and over again, changing the fencing just to adjust it a little bit, and adding a bit of flair. I'm now adding a little pond in front, or a fountain tool. Then obviously you may notice now, look at that, there's got some horrible, gaps under the first set of stairs. Oh, that's going to be annoying. Easy fix. What you do is you bring in the pool walls a little bit, and you have some flower beds. So I grab a low level fence and diagonal them out in this corner where the stairs meet it, and then they'll match up once you complete the room. Change obviously the stone and the floor tiles. I then use the same floor tiles for the dirt as I did before, and I grab the low lying plants to fill up the holes in the top, and then sizing down some trees. These trees are always good to go for, raising them up a little bit, putting them there, and then for that's fine. By now you can add some rocks if you wanted to, but I try not to overpopulate it. What I tend to do is I just get a bunch of ivy and sizing them up and placing them on the pool wall gives me the definition that I want, and the control, and again the control +9 and 0 key, raising them up and giving a bit of variation to the ivy. Sometimes I'll even go as far as actually covering the balustrades up, but you have to remember to do the other side because they're only one-way leaves, which is quite annoying. But yeah, that's pretty much it. And there we have it, that's the video. I hope you enjoyed and hope you learned something, and it'll be interesting to see if you use this to create some of your own fantastic gardens. If you do, then please do take photos and send them to me via Twitter. My username is the same as it is everywhere else, and it's under Lord Crumbs. Take care, bye.